right, look, I'm outside the federal courthouse in Los Angeles. I just witnessed the Durk trial. I just seen Durk with my own two eyes, literally outside. We're waiting for Brian Steele and Drew Findling to come out and make a statement to the public. I see Brian Steele, see Drew Findling, whole lot of aura in the courtroom. But this was a massive, massive W for Durk today. I'm not going to lie, this is the biggest W that I think I've seen him take in this case.
As our innocent client, Durk Banks, and I emphasize, our innocent client, Durk Banks, is waiting. We are looking forward to the close of business today when we get this order so that we can see if we can be at this courthouse on August 20th, 2026 for the trial that we've been working on and preparing for 22 months.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With Durk on top!
Alright y'all, so everybody is currently talking about this W that Lil Durk received in court today, from Traveler Ross who actually went, to speculators who actually just went to go sit in court and support Durk, and the attorneys Drew Findling and Brian Steele who addressed the media as they walked out of the court. Now if y'all remember, Durk was set to go to court today on a hearing where he was expected to have the new charges against him dropped due to the shady tactics of the government introducing these charges at the last minute and trying to pull a fast one. Now if y'all got to watch the video we did covering it yesterday, where we broke down Durk's attorney's defense and why they feel it wasn't legal and unethical, where they basically said the government tried to wait to the last minute and also purposely delayed trial. I'm not going to break it down further in this video, so if you want to catch up, I'll leave a link to the video pinned in the comments so you guys could check it out there. However, the judge had to make a decision on whether he was going to allow those new charges to be admissible in the trial or not. And today he had made his decision where he ultimately decided that he wasn't going to allow it. Now we're going to break down what that means for this case in the future and the good and bad sides of the whole situation in court today, and I want to know what you guys think. We're also going to get into the court document which confirms this ruling so you guys could get a clear understanding of what transpired for yourselves. Now before we even get into that, let me say this y'all. Does this mean that Durk is completely off the hook and he's going to beat trial? Absolutely not. This actually just means exactly what it says. The new charges aren't being able to be used in this current RICO trial because they're saying what happened in LA has absolutely nothing to do with what happened in Chicago and Atlanta. But the real question now is, does that case just go dry without any attention to it, despite the suspects willing to testify against Lil Durk? I highly doubt it. My guess is even though they didn't introduce it in this trial, it's not like the case just disappears. He may still have to fight that case as well, no matter what the outcome may be in this trial, because once again, these are two different cases. And guess what that means again? More attorneys, which means more money to fight yet another case. So yes, it's a W that it was severed, but we still have yet to focus on information that they have in this trial, because let's not forget that they still have a bunch of evidence, including cooperating witnesses and informants. So we're going to get into all that y'all, but before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm, and if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Hold up y'all, there's no way you're watching this video for free right now, where you could be getting paid literally just for playing games while this video play in the background at the same time. Only difference is the increase in your bank account. Now I'm not saying you'll get rich, but I am saying that you could easily make something while doing nothing except for sitting on the couch playing games if you download the app Free Cash. Tap or click the link I pinned in the comment section or scan the QR code that I put right here on the screen. Also, if you use my link right now, they give you a little something to start off with just for signing up. So if you want a little Uber Eats or something to snack on and don't feel like dipping into your own wallet, play a few games so you don't have to spend your own ends. Now let's get back to the video. Now here's the video that Traveler Ross dropped as he was leaving the courtroom after attending the hearing as well. Y'all check this out.
All right, look, I'm outside the federal courthouse in Los Angeles. I just witnessed the Durk trial. I just seen Durk with my own two eyes, literally outside. We're waiting for Brian Steele and Drew Findling to come out and make a statement to the public. I see Brian Steele, see Drew Findling, whole lot of aura in the courtroom. But this was a massive, massive W for Durk today. I'm not going to lie, this is the biggest W that I think I've seen him take in this case. There's not too much new stuff about the evidence that he's got going on in the situation, but what there is there is a whole lot of back and forth where the judge is low-key taking Durk's side. Durk is fighting to have these new charges, the murder of Stefan Mack, severed from the murder of Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab. And, you know, there was talk that, you know, he facing another body. This was a body that was rumored to be, you know, associated with the criminal enterprise for quite some time. It finally got brought in with these additional vicar charges. But the judge is basically saying, you can't really throw that murder on so last minute. You're going to be prejudicial to the jury. It's kind of in bad faith. The judge didn't make his ruling yet, but he basically gave both sides an opportunity to argue. I'm not going to lie, the prosecution were completely tongue-tied. They didn't really have a good response. They didn't really have a clap back. The judge kind of dog-walked them a bit. I've got a whole bunch of notes that I'm going to break down in a bigger video on my second channel, Trapmore Ross, on YouTube later. But basically, this was a huge W for Durk. There were moments where the judge basically was just like, let him have his LA murder case on its own as planned in August, and let's separate those other charges. Doesn't mean that the additional murder's been dismissed, although the judge said he would hear arguments for that, and he said the prosecution hasn't even made a case for why it shouldn't be dismissed yet. But basically, it sounds like the judge is going to sever the two different murder charges, let Durk have his LA Lil Pab murder case separately in August, and then he's going to have to deal with the Chicago murder later on. It was a very, very big W. Durk was smiling and grinning in the courtroom the whole time, whispering to Drew Findling and Brian Steele, and it was insane. This is the biggest date and the most positive thing I've seen for Durk in this situation. I'm going to have a whole breakdown of this later on, so make sure you follow my channel, Trapmore Ross, on YouTube. Peace.
Now, funny enough, you have Seti Nash in the comments, as he would state, quote, "No more Durk Cook titles." And Trap responded saying, quote, "What's the opposite of Cook? Durk frozen and preserved today, I can't lie." And this is funny because Seti threw a slick jab due to Trap Ross always making videos based on this OTF trial, claiming that Durk is cooked and there's no way that he's coming home and etc. But now he's singing a different tune and saying that Durk has had a big win in court today, in which not really so, but we're going to get into that. Now, before I put my input and involve the court document, let's listen to what his lawyer Drew Findling had to say after leaving the court. Y'all check this out.
Walking in, Brian Steele.
Okay, so look, we're going to be very, very brief because, as our incredible colleague Christy O'Connor said, there's not a lot to actually say given the thoroughness of His Honor's analysis of everything that was filed. The fact that His Honor, it was one of those days that makes it so rewarding to be a trial attorney when a judge takes everything that was submitted and goes through it so thoroughly and in such great detail. And so I'll ask you that was in the courtroom and then have read the file to rely on His Honor's questions today and the points that he made. And as you, but most importantly, as our innocent client, Durk Banks, and I emphasize, our innocent client, Durk Banks, is waiting. We are looking forward to the close of business today when we get this order so that we can see if we can be at this courthouse on August 20th, 2026 for the trial that we've been working on and preparing for 22 months. So we appreciate you all being here today. We're super excited for His Honor's order to come out today, and we so appreciate the thoroughness that took place in that courtroom today. So with that being said, we're not going to do any questions. We appreciate everybody who's here today. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Hey, y'all seen Brian still on the side? Just standing there, couldn't even get a word in. Shame on Drew for hogging the spotlight like he don't got a damn good trial lawyer standing right beside him. Like he ain't just carried that whole YSL case on his back by himself at that. But anyway, now here's a document confirming the severance of that Chicago and Atlanta case as it is state quote. The court held hearings on July 1st, 2026 and July 14th, 2026. The motion to sever counts is granted. Counts 1 and 6 are severed from counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the third superseding indictment. Trial on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 will proceed on August 20th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. The court exercises its undoubted discretion for the reasons argued in the motion to sever counts and discussed at the hearing. In particular, the clarity of issues for the jurors in the Los Angeles trial outweighs the inconvenience to second set of jurors in the Vicar trial. It has been and remains the court's intention that the Los Angeles trial would include all admissible evidence that is not unduly prejudicial under Rule 403. Therefore, the government cannot be prejudiced by severance. The government chose to withdraw evidence of the Chicago incident in the Los Angeles trial. For the reasons expressed in the prior order denying severance, docket number 386, the renewed motion to sever defendants is denied as to the Los Angeles trial on August 20th, 2026. In other words, defendant Banks, Wilson, and Lindsay will be tried together on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the TSI on August 20th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. Trial will proceed every day from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It is the intention of the court to employ a questionnaire for the potential jurors. Counsel should meet and confer about what questions would be appropriate. At a future hearing, the court would discuss with counsel the content of the questionnaire and the precise procedure for using it with potential jurors. The court further notes that defendants have not been arraigned on the TSI. That arraignment should take place promptly before a magistrate judge or at the next hearing before this court. Counsel should meet and confer to establish a trial date on counts 1 and 6 of the TSI. It is so ordered. Now, before I even further explain myself, I'm glad there's people out there that either been through the system before and understand what this means, or at least just comprehend what's going on instead of throwing narratives. Here's what one user would state, as he would state, quote, "Ain't no winning that. He basically fought to have his Atlanta case separate from his other cases, which that's only buying him more time that he gonna be waiting to fight that case. You act like that dropped the case or something." And that's my point, y'all. I wanted to highlight that comment because he's absolutely right. And before the fans go saying that someone's hating or whatever, first and foremost, I would never wish jail or death on anybody in this world. But we're going to be realistic and call a spade here. If you pay attention to what is being said in the document, all it stated was the government chose to withdraw evidence of the Chicago incident in the Los Angeles trial. And it's as simple as that, y'all. The Los Angeles case is still a thing. There's still a case, there's still a bunch of evidence, there's still informants, and there's still a bunch of other things that we have zero idea that these people have. Y'all remember when OTF Didi tried to put in that motion? They shut him down real quick once they showed that picture of him with another suspect minutes after the shooting at an In-N-Out burger. And then we haven't heard a peep out of Didi or any other motions again. So like I said in the previous video we did, Durk's lawyer did a hell of a job breaking the government down when it came to them trying to introduce those new charges. In return, they were granted the charges dropped from that trial. But now the question becomes, does the whole case get dropped as a whole in reference to the Atlanta case and Chicago incident? Or will they still have to fight that during or after this trial? Because it never said that the cases were dismissed. All they said was it was severed. And maybe that's probably the real reason why Drew came out smiling, because he just realized he might have just secured another $500,000 for those other cases after he's done milking this one. Now I'm playing, maybe not. But this is all alleged, y'all. Once again, we don't know what's going on until trial time. So in the meantime, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole thing here. What do y'all think about the decision in court today? What it means for the future of this case? And is it a W for Durk and the rest of them? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.